It has been a brutal week for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, and now Trump is straight up giving her the cold shoulder on live television. He just held the most bizarre press conference of his term, thus far at least, and it wasn't just bizarre because of the freak show of characters that showed up. People like RFK Jr. got a moment to speak, people like Howard Nuttlick got a moment to speak, even Scott Bessent got to speak, but do you know who didn't? Was Kristi Noem. He ignored her, shunned her, and she got 0 moments to speak. But then, it also was bizarre because Trump very abruptly ends the press conference and takes 0 questions from the press whatsoever, indicating that the pressure of this looming government shutdown is really weighing on him. And you know who caused this government shutdown? Trump, Kristi Noem, and ICE. That is why he is shunning Kristi Noem, because her Department of Homeland Security is the center of this government shutdown, as it is both overfunded and mismanaged. They haven't been taking care of FEMA or disasters over the past year. They've only been brutalizing U.S. citizens and then covering it up on TV. I'm going to let Caitlin Collins of CNN describe how bizarre the vibe in the room was. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed, and we'll break down ICE, the government shutdown, and everything that follows. Here's Caitlin Collins.
I mean, Boris and Brianna, you both know very well this is a president who often takes questions from reporters. I'm not sure I've ever been at a cabinet meeting covering the president, whether in this term, and this was his 10th cabinet meeting so far in his second term, or in his first term, where he did not take questions from reporters at the end. It's extremely rare for the president to do that. He went around the room and called on a handful of cabinet secretaries, more than a handful probably actually, but one that he notably did not call on was standing to my left, and that was the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
Oh, she's getting it. She's getting thrown under the bus totally. He's already quietly reassigned her. She's still the DHS secretary, but she was on interior deportations, which was the loud part of it. But now he's quietly reassigned her to a more, quiet position at the border.
We know has come under intense scrutiny in the last several days, ever since she came out on Saturday and described the killing of Alex Preddy at the hands of federal agents, described him as a domestic terrorist, and obviously described something that was not later borne out by the videos of what happened. And I just think it speaks to the moment there where there have been a ton of headlines generated around Minneapolis, what's happening there, especially with the president changing his leadership on the ground and sending in his border czar.
Yep, he's changed the leadership entirely. He removed Greg Bovino. Kristi Noem is no longer really involved, and now it's Tom Homan who is taking the lead. And this is because he is trying to avoid this government shutdown by making concession after concession after concession. He is truly backed in a corner, which is likely why he didn't take the barrage of questions that were being thrown at him. Take a listen to him abruptly ending the cabinet meeting, then we'll loop back and show you what everyone else said.
Yeah, we're very proud of the country. We're very proud of you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Caitlin Collins is pretty stunned. She goes, Mr. President, why aren't you taking questions?
Hey guys, thank you. Let's go. Start moving. Thank you, press. Keep moving. Thank you. Go, guys.
You can hear Caroline Leavitt basically kicking everyone out. Ooh, it looks like they're about to have an intense cabinet meeting. This is like when there's a substitute teacher for a day and the class misbehaves, and when the real teacher comes back in, she's pissed off and the class is right about to get yelled at. Look at, everybody is really intense. They're about to sit there and very, very likely get yelled at because of their mishandling, and because the reason why Trump is so mad is because this government shutdown is quite literally his fault, Kristi Noem's fault, and the fault of the DHS and ICE. Senate Democrats are blocking this entire bill because of one sector, the DHS and ICE funding. They're saying, listen, we'll fund everything else. It is totally fair to fund the other sectors, but we are not going to continue funding the DHS, which has no accountability, is mismanaged, and is quite literally killing U.S. citizens. Listen to this. Senate Democrats on Thursday blocked a package of government funding bills from advancing as Minority Leader Chuck Schumer inches towards a deal with Trump for changes at the DHS. I don't even think Chuck Schumer should cave without getting no masks, less funding, more accountability, I think QR codes on their chests, and an investigation into both murders that we've seen thus far. Why it matters. Democrats spent the week pledging to block government funding without reforms to ICE and Customs border protection, following the string of shootings. And now Democrats are united and they are using their leverage. That's why this entire meeting was so incredibly bizarre. I mean, it starts off with Scott Bessent trying to ignore the real problems and talk about Nicki Minaj?
Mr. President, it was an honor to host you, and as you said, the best rapper in the world, Nicki Minaj, at yesterday's Trump Account Summit.
These cabinet meetings are just pure glaze fest. They just compliment Trump, talk about he's the best, he's the best, he's the best. It's no actual substance.
We've now had 1 million people sign up for Trump accounts just this week.
Yep, clap for the Trump accounts while you're wearing your Trump sneakers.
Eligible. The segment that you and she did has 1 billion hits, 1 billion hits on the internet. So we're telling everyone, go fill out form 45.
And then we see this goober, RFK Jr., jump in, and what does he bring up? Of course, vaccines.
Keep it short, so.
And the autism that's moving along, really, is that?
We've commissioned now dozens of studies, maybe over 100, and we are going to get those done for you.
Good. That's so important.
RFK Jr. is so one note that he's only talking about vaccines and autism all of the time. But what does it tell you? What does it tell you when Donald Trump lets RFK Jr. speak, but not even Kristi Noem speak? Then we have Howard Nuttlick, the Commerce Secretary.
That's how you get money down. That's how you fix the deficit. You are fixing everything with your policies. You have changed America and created the golden age. Thank you.
Just a total and complete clown show. Like, you know, it's almost impressive how much of a cast of awful characters Trump has managed to put around him, from Pete Hegseth to Kristi Noem, to people like Tom Homan, just a cast of the worst characters. I also want to show you that after all this happened, Trump then continues to attack Representative Ilhan Omar, who quite literally was attacked by some random person 2 nights ago, and this random person was a huge, huge Trump supporter, yet Trump continues to double down and attack Ilhan Omar for citing the Constitution.
2 or 3 a week, these massive ships that we brought in to some place in Somalia, which I don't even know is it a country. We have Ilhan Omar left, and then she gives us lectures on the Constitution of the United States. These people are, what they've done to rip off our country is terrible, but the pirating has...
Jesus, every single time he brings up Somalians, he goes into this weave of consciousness where then he talks about Ilhan Omar, then he acts like they're all ripping everybody off, then he goes into piracy. It's just pure racism. It's like a deranged, demented, old grandfather figure going on racist rants in front of the entire country. I'm going to leave it there. If you appreciate these videos, drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one, and peace out.